Everyone is familiar with the adorable and enchanting mythical beings like fairies and unicorns. But have you ever heard of the more sinister and chilling creatures from legend? Here are 8 terrifying mythical beings from across the globe. The Vodnik. The Vodnik originates from Czech folklore. According to legends, Vodnici, the plural form of Vodnik, are water spirits that dwell near lakes and ponds. They are usually described as green-skinned men, dressed like vagrants, with long green hair, bulging eyes, and beards. Some accounts also claim they have gills and webbed hands and feet. While they can be helpful, Vodnici are mostly seen as dangerous tricksters who seek to harm humans. They are known to lure young girls into the water with ribbons and trinkets, as well as target inexperienced swimmers by shape-shifting to deceive them. Their ultimate goal is to drag their victims underwater and trap their souls in enchanted jars kept at the bottom of their watery dwellings. The more benevolent Vodnici assist millers with their work or sit by the water, smoking pipes and playing the violin. How charming, until they change their minds and decide to kill you. If you ever see a strange green man near a lake, it's best to stay away. The Bunyip. The Bunyip is a creature from Aboriginal folklore, also called the Kian Prati, meaning devil or evil spirit. Descriptions of the Bunyip vary, but it is often depicted as a dog-like beast with dark fur, flippers, a duckbill, tusks, and a horse-like tail. Some say it has scales or feathers. Legends say the Bunyip lurks in swamps, creeks, and even wells, preying on children and livestock that venture too close to the water's edge. It is particularly known for hunting women and children at night, as it has a preference for soft flesh. The only possible evidence of its existence was a mysterious skull discovered along an Australian river in the mid-19th century. It was displayed at the Australian Museum in Sydney, but mysteriously vanished days later, before any further studies could be conducted. Some researchers believe the Bunyip may have been mistaken for unknown animals, such as giant otters, or an undiscovered marsupial or seal. Nevertheless, its terrifying legend endures. The Chupacabra. Unlike most legendary creatures, the Chupacabra is a relatively recent myth. In 1995, farmers in Puerto Rico were horrified by a series of mysterious livestock deaths. Over 150 animals were killed between March and August, all showing the same strange wounds. Witnesses reported seeing a bizarre creature responsible for the attacks. Described as a reptilian beast standing 3 to 4 feet tall, the Chupacabra has a green, scaly body, large oval head, bulging red eyes, sharp fangs, a long tongue, and spines running down its back. Its name, Chupacabra, comes from the Spanish words chupar, to suck, and cabra, goat, referring to its method of draining its victim's blood through 3 puncture wounds on the neck, leaving no other injuries. The attacks were so frequent that the mayor of Canavanas, Puerto Rico, organized hunting parties to track down the creature, but they never succeeded. Some believe the Chupacabra has existed for centuries, citing stories from ancient Mayan culture about a similar monster called Camazotz, or death bat. Could the Chupacabra be more than just a legend? The Blemmies. This creature is unsettling not because of its aggression, but because of its bizarre appearance. First documented over 2,500 years ago by the Greek historian Herodotus, the Blemmies were described as headless beings with faces on their torsos. The name Blemmies was later popularized by the 1st century Greek geographer Strabo, who described them as a nomadic tribe in Libya along the Nile River. However, during medieval times, accounts placed them in Asia instead. The English explorer Sir Walter Raleigh even described similar beings in South America. None of these historical figures ever saw a Blemmyes firsthand. Their stories were based on hearsay. Given the confusion over geography in ancient times, it's unclear whether this strange race ever existed or where. If they did, encountering one would be a truly disturbing sight. The Mongolian death worm, deep within the sands of the Gobi Desert, lurks a creature too deadly to approach. The Mongolian death worm. Known locally as the Olgoi Korkoi, meaning large intestine worm, its name suits its appearance. The death worm is said to be dark red, covered in spikes, and has no visible eyes. Its round mouth can expand, and it grows to about 3 feet in length. It spends most of its time buried beneath the sand, emerging suddenly to attack prey, which includes camels, rodents, and even humans. What makes it truly terrifying is its method of killing. The death worm is rumored to spit a highly corrosive venom that kills instantly upon contact. Some legends claim it can even generate an electric shock strong enough to kill at a distance. Despite multiple expeditions, no concrete evidence of the Mongolian death worm has ever been found. At one point, the Mongolian government even banned searches for it, though the ban was later lifted. Was it because they feared the worm was real, or simply to discourage futile searches? We may never know. The Jorogumo. The Jorogumo is a yokai, or supernatural entity, from Japanese folklore. Its name translates to binding woman, an appropriate title given its hunting tactics. Said to be a spider that lives for 400 years, it eventually gains the power to shapeshift into a beautiful woman. Using its seductive appearance, the Jorogumo lures young men into its web before trapping them in silk and devouring them. Its silk is said to be strong enough to entangle a fully grown man, and its venom gradually weakens its victims so it can savor their suffering. It can also control smaller spiders, using them as minions. Some legends say the Jorogumo disguises its web as a house and plays music to charm unsuspecting victims. Similar to the Vodnik, the Jorogumo is often associated with water. In Izu City, Japan, some believe that a legendary spider mistress resides near the Joran Falls. The Minotaur. A feared figure in Greek mythology, the Minotaur was born from a cursed union. King Minos of Crete defied Poseidon by refusing to sacrifice a sacred bull, so the god cursed Minos' wife, Pasiphae, to fall in love with the bull. Their offspring was a monstrous half-man, half-bull hybrid. As the Minotaur matured, it became a brutal killer, unable to sustain itself on anything but human flesh. To contain it, King Minos built the labyrinth, where young men were sent as sacrifices, forced to navigate the maze only to be slain and devoured. The terror continued until the Athenian hero Theseus arrived and ultimately put an end to the beast. The Wendigo. The Wendigo is a horrifying creature rooted in Native American folklore. Its name means evil spirit that devours mankind, and it is strongly associated with winter, starvation, and cannibalism. It is described as a towering, gaunt giant with glowing eyes, yellow skin, long fangs, and a decayed, corpse-like appearance. Those who resort to cannibalism are believed to be at risk of being possessed by a Wendigo spirit, transforming them into insatiable, flesh-hungry monsters. Once the transformation occurs, there is no cure. Only death can set them free. So, what is your favorite mythical creature? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.